Oh, yeah! Good evening, all my waifus and all my waifus' husbandos.
Hey.
I am LunaKage, as in Bukake LunaKage. Oh, fuck. No, stop! Okay.
And I am Orufus, as in you have them.
Yeah. And this is another edition of WaifuCast WaifuPlays, where we are playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Because, like, it was requested.
It was our first request.
It was requested by my boy Skirples.
Sky,
please, on Twitter.
on the twatter.
On the twats.
The twats.
Because I, as well as another friend of ours, Lumen, we did a Let's Play of this way back in the day that ended in tragedy, because Sky is so good at the game that he was able to make it glitch in a way that made it impossible to proceed.
Brutality.
It was something else. It was something else.
So we're off to the races here, huh?
Yeah, literally, because we gotta go fast. So I'm gonna not get all the super emeralds in this, but I'm definitely gonna go for all the chaos emeralds because I still want to do the Doomsday Zone.
Yeah, we don't want you guys to have to hear all that music all the time.
Yeah. By all that music, we mean that one single track.
That goes on ad nauseum forever.
Yeah, because getting rings in this game is extremely easy. Like, it's a little harder since I'm fucking, garbage now. But, like, I'm totally willing to just let my ass get hit by anything. But it's still really easy.
So we'll probably break this down by 2 or 3 episodes at a time.
I started thinking. That's who loses on the first special stage?
You do, evidently.
I guess I do. Fuck.
Well,
damn. Okay. Well, rip.
We out here again.
I guess this guy loses on the first special stage.
We just said that.
Yeah.
You
fuck.
suck.
Fuck.
Can't even remember.
Can't even. You can push stuff by doing this.
Really?
It's pretty interesting, yeah.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
No, you can push it the hard way by just walking into it. But
you can't just jump on it and break it?
No, that one's not breakable.
I didn't even know there was that shit in this game. You learn something new every day.
I mean, this is good, because the longer it takes me to get the emeralds, the better, honestly.
This fucking boss, man, it's like he used all his power right here.
Yep. Just decimated the entire, I can't say island, because there's more to the island than just this, but fuck it, we'll do one. I don't like these bonus stages.
I don't remember this.
Oop. Fuck it, let's get an extra life.
Woohoo. I didn't even know those were a thing.
Bring. I'm gonna pretend that was intentional.
Let's see if you can do it this time.
Well, I'm not gonna get to do the first one again until the end, because they're basically just gonna give me these.
It goes in a specific order every time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
I didn't fuck up the first one. It's hilarious. I'm gonna blame it on the lag. It was the input lag, that's what it was.
Yeah, the internet connection was bad.
Yeah. It's fucking game.
His peer-to-peer connection was terrible, and the other players fucked him over.
Yeah, he was using Cammy, fuck that bitch. I would. Real talk.
Thickness.
She's not thick, but she makes me thick, if you know what I'm saying.
So there's still thickness involved.
Yeah, there is some thickness involved, for sure. Thicker than Thursday.
Don't get banned.
Don't get banned. That was stupid.
I don't know if that's actually what really happened. Do you figure we should give the viewer some context? You know probably more of the information about that. From what I understand, there was a commentator for fighting games that said that phrase and thinks that's why he got banned.
That is totally why he got banned. And that's the stupidest thing in the world. Because apparently, it was it's a Reddit thing. Like on Thursdays, a certain Reddit board will post thick pornography. And yeah, fucking he said it, Capcom was like, no, we're allowed to make characters that look sexy, but you're not allowed to say they're sexy. You phage.
Sounds about right when the scene is filled with SJWs.
Yeah.
Go fuck up.
I'm trying not to.
Hey.
That was a lot of little fuck-ups salvaged at the end. But yeah, see, there are some arguments from the pro-banning it side that say, well, if you want to be esports, you gotta get rid of shit like this. My argument is, this is a cute little clever thing. This isn't like saying, foot in the pussy. This is saying thicker than Thursday. This is an example of like fucking some shit you would see on SpongeBob, where it's like they'll say something that no kid's gonna understand, but the adults in the background forced to watch the shit are gonna be like, ho ho ho, oh, that was a penis joke.
Well, the way I see it is it's like, it wasn't overtly offensive, pretty much no matter how you look at it. Like, there's nothing like inherently offensive about the phrase thicker than a Thursday.
Yeah.
And like, the FGC has been around for a long time, operating the way that it has always operated. Mm-hmm. So why all of a sudden does it need to do all of this shopkeeping, if you will?
Well, basically it's because it's getting, we call it esports. For example, Evo, I believe it was Evo, last year, was actually on TV. It was on ESPN.
Right.
And it hasn't ever been like that. So the idea is like, most of the people who are for that stuff are like, we got to get rid of all the, you know, like the crazy gang mentality. And I totally get that from a certain perspective, because there are a lot of things involved in the FGC that I think could be dialed back on in public levels. But
like
little
what?
things like that, like trying to be funny, like that's not bad.
Well, you're
That's
trying to
not bad at
entertain
all.
your audience at that point.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm curious because like you're not usually for like censorship, insofar as I understand.
I mean, it's what I'm advocating isn't censorship. It's just not being a dick. So if there's like no ill intentions behind it, like I'm totally cool with it. Like if one of my friends was like, "Yo, LunaKage is trash," I'd be like, "LOL, I get it." Yeah, exactly. But if somebody who doesn't know me is like, "Look at this fucking Lily player, never seen him before in my life, he must be a fucking ass." It's like, why are you saying that shit on commentary? Like, that's just completely taking the viewers who don't know any better out of the match.
No, I totally get that. Well, you're skewing people. Like, I feel like in any competition setting, you should be like encouraging people to pay attention to the competition, not bashing on any one player or not. So I definitely understand that. But I guess my point is, it's like, fuck, man, like wrestlers say some off the wall shit on live television sometimes, and commentators for football and basketball do too. Why is this under more scrutiny, especially when it's not even as big as that? Why?
Yeah, I can't comment on sports commentators too much because I don't, come from that world at all. But in the realm of wrestling, there are the commentators especially, as well as the actual wrestlers. They are playing roles.
Right. And
it is understood that the heel commentator is the one talking shit. Meanwhile, the babyface commentator, the one who's actually calling it like he sees it, is the one who's supposed to like kind of keep him in check, and like he's supposed to be the mediator between the audience and the heel commentator.
Well, there was some 15-year-old little kid or something like that recently that said nigga on Raw.
Yeah. And
people were up in a fucking tiff over it because the excuse I heard about being upset was that I'm a wrestling fan, that's why I'm upset about it. And I'm just like,
so I don't like, I heard about that, but I didn't hear when it happened. Was it on a live mic?
I think so. I don't know.
Because it's also easily possible that it was just like one of those things, because sometimes wrestlers will say fuck like in the middle of a match, like it's not supposed to be picked up necessarily. But it does, so that's really kind of considered a botch in that situation.
Well, I guess I should have inquired further, but from what I understand, it was just on. I'm pretty sure it was live on television. Just because I'm pretty sure Booker T did the same thing.
Yeah,
with WCW.
Yeah. His was an accident.
And he just got into the moment.
Yeah,
and you could watch it all over him after he says it too.
Yeah,
Turn around.
He's like, oh fuck. Yeah, and like stuff like that. It's like we know, like especially adults, we know that these people are people.
Well, and they're fucking. Their job is to beat the shit out of each other and to be hype. It's like part of what they're selling you.
Yeah. So like, you know, it's expected for people to kind of accidentally
the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. But like when it's like intentional and like that's the whole point of it, it's a little worse.
Yeah.
Unless you're going for that kind of thing, like for example, the Attitude Era was very much that.
Well, again, that was the point though.
Yeah, but even then, the Attitude Era, you know, there wasn't a bunch of like black wrestlers shouting like the N-word and stuff. There was definitely...
Gotta figure too though that the time of the Attitude Era wasn't a like, for lack of a better way to put it, nigga-centric time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even like rap music was much more subdued then, or at least maybe not subdued. It was just that it wasn't so widespread to the public.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I'm not super huge on the rap scene, at least back in those days. So like I don't have a whole lot of reference, but I do know like rap started off a lot more wholesome until like I think it was NWA that really started the trend of like rebelling.
I have some interesting thoughts on this because like I don't want to sound condescending at all when I say this, but I have kind of like a fascination with like the hood lifestyle and like, just the hood in general. And like the reason that NWA was like risque and whatnot like they were is because white people at the time chose to ignore what living in the hood was like, and just thought these people were. I don't get me wrong, I'm not justifying gang behavior and whatnot, but it's like to these people they grow up in a situation they think that they can't get out of. Yeah. And they were rapping about that lifestyle. They were rapping about like what it was really like for them in the world, and it was such a controversy because it was the first time that white people were kind of forced to look at that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I respect it in that sense. I don't really respect where it's kind of driven rap music.
Right. Because like nowadays, like rap is like all that. Like it's
not even that. It's braggadocio as opposed to like actually just like trying to comment on the social situation, as opposed to just bragging about money and hoes.
Right.
Like there's a big difference between those two things.
Yeah, that's for sure. I also just realized that I missed the fourth big ring from the first stage. Oops. Oh well. As long as I end up getting all 7 at some point, because we need to get that Doomsday Zone. Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, can't do that.
Okay.
He sat there to think about what just happened. He was like, It
sucks.
It's alright. We get there. Okay. Now it's this level. Alright, where am I going? This way.
Have you looked into Sonic Forces at all?
Not Sonic Forces, no. I usually stay away from Sonic stuff. Not because I don't like it, but because, I don't know.
Want to be disappointed?
No. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to Sonic Mania and all that.
Sonic Mania, like, I feel like, well, actually, I don't even want to say that. I was going to say I feel like they'd have to try really hard to fuck that up, but Sonic 4 somehow managed to do it.
Yeah, but Sonic 4 used, like, its own engine, and it was definitely a departure from the classic series, even though they were trying to bank on the classic series.
Well, yeah, it wasn't the same game, pretty much, no matter how you look at it.
Meanwhile, Sonic Mania is definitely very much a love letter to the classic series.
I'm very excited about that game.
Yeah.
It's nice that Sega's like letting somebody else take the reins. Because from what I understand, it's not Sonic Team that's making that.
I mean, it was the same thing for Sonic Boom, and we see how that happened, though.
I mean, realistically, though, Sonic Boom was never going to be good when they were trying to turn it into a licensing thing.
Yeah, for sure. Sonic Boom was like doomed to fail from the start, really.
Like as soon as they made it a TV show, I knew it wasn't going to be very good. It was just a cash grab.
Yeah. Like, honestly, the worst part of Sonic Boom still doesn't even have anything to do with that. The worst part of Sonic Boom was just the fact that it was like as glitchy, if not more so, than Sonic 06. And that takes effort. Like, that's almost like you had to try in order to make it that bad. Bitch! 2, 3. Probably tap water. Okay, sweet. I can breathe. This is the most, it's the most unthreatening attack ever. Let's do this attack that does no damage. We want to show off 3D effects in this game.
Yes.
Even though they're not 3D, they're still very much sprites. But they wanted to show you, for once and for all, that Sonic had more than just fucking 3 spikes going, you know, fucking flat line down his back, as seen in the Saturday morning cartoons.
I'll tell you though, I'll tell you. Sorry, I got wrapped up in watching what you were doing.
Yeah.
Because you died at this part before.
No, I didn't actually. Something really crazy happened, and actually it really pisses me off that we're not going to get to see that again.
Her too, evidently.
Yeah. That's the baby. I wonder if the mic's picking that up. Pretty sure it is. Because if we can hear it, we might hear it. Oh well, that's the baby.
She cute.
Yeah, we've adopted. Because, you know, they let gays adopt now.
Oh, yeah, I nodded. You couldn't see it. Whoops.
Insinuating that we're a gay couple.
Hey.
Might as well be. Shit.
We have history.
Yeah.
Didn't we make this joke on the first podcast?
We might have.
I'm pretty sure we did.
We might have. No offense to our gay viewers out there.
We love y'all.
Just in case that was offensive by any means. I don't know. Like, I don't think it was. Because I was basically saying that I was fucking this guy, and that's like, gotta be the exact opposite of offensive to anyone but you. Maybe me.
I'm not offended.
I'm not offended
You
either.
were
Shit.
Anto.
I was. I'm a very good lover. Until you, you know, start talking bad about Noelle. Then I get rough.
She's low tier.
I mean, that's not talking bad about her. That's just
telling
telling the
truths.
truth, yeah. Like, if we were talking about opinion-based things, like, Noelle's trash, I'd be like, bitch, you like fucking Akechi.
Your name's low tier god.
Jesus. Well, the thing is, low tier god thinks everybody's top tier. Like, he'd probably, like, fucking...
Get off my stream.
Yeah. Get that ass banned. He'd probably ban anybody that played Noelle. Play Noelle? What the fuck?
I'll tell you, man, people who play Tekken are salty.
Really?
Like, what people who play it online are really particular. Like, the Dalen, Ryusuke, tagged us in a photograph the other day. It was talking about, like, you use this move? Banned.
I actually do think that was low tier god.
Seriously?
I think so. I can't say for a fact, but it definitely sounds like him.
That's hilarious.
And it's possible that that was just, like, somebody imitating someone like that too, but
Either way, it was still funny.
yeah, it was hilarious.
How can you be such a little bitch? Like, the part of it that bothers me is it's not like they're bitching about people beating them. It's like, if you did this,
Yeah.
no matter if I beat you or not, you don't deserve to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I understand not liking certain aspects of a character or a game probably better than most other people.
Oh yeah,
But
playing it well.
yeah, but it's like, you know, it gets to a point where it's like, come on, just like stop.
Just play the game.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you're making all these self-imposed rules and shit, and it's just like, if you're good at the game, you're good at the game. Like,
Yeah.
just be good at the game, though.
Right. This little design we got going on. It's a little Yui.
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 It's a Yui. WWE. Whoa. Teabag. teabagging the level. Cause fuck.
Ever since seeing that happen in fighting games, I've been doing it in Overwatch a lot to people, even when they're not dead.
We're a bad influence. Fighting games, just the FGC is just...
It's hilarious when people do it in the FGC,
I know!
Because the other person always gets so salty about it, and it ruins it for them.
It's even better, because, like, I have this rule to always map taunt, especially, you know, in BlazBlue, where that's a button you can map, because only real men map taunt. Even if you don't use it, you gotta have it. But, you know, I like to use it sometimes, because people just be like...
Okay.
Yeah. Bust out that taunt. And they're like, alright, what the fuck? It's like, I just won a round and you taunted? How does that even work? It's like, I'll tell you how it works. I'm about to beat that ass. About to beat that ass. It's like, you ain't ready. Okay, well, fuck.
Alrighty.
That was a thing.
Have you ever lost a match that you were certain you were gonna win?
Oh, all the time. I'm always certain I'm going to win if it's against, like, a player that, you know, is,
a known entity?
No. If it's, like, somebody that I know I'm better than, but that doesn't mean I'm always going to win, you know? Like, that's always a thing.
You do fuck up.
Oh, yeah. We're all human.
Not everybody can be Low-Tier God.
Right.
We're gonna start a beef with that dude. I don't even know that much about him. I've seen him, like, mentioned in a couple of times.
Dude, just existing creates a beef with that dude, because, even if you never say anything about him, he can still talk shit about you, and he just will. So, it's whatever. Might as well fucking get it out of the way early.
Yeah.
I really don't want to run into... fucking...
Red orbs?
Well, yeah.
Or the bouncy ones?
But I accidentally set myself up for failure earlier, so I kind of want to make sure I can deal with that when it presents itself.
Running out of time.
Oh, sweet, we good.
Hype! We got this.
We got that shit. Got that shit. We got that shit. And to continue, I will never need that. Not in this game. Unless I start, like, jumping off of cliffs and shit. Oh, I love this game though. So yeah, I actually did the math, I guess you could say, and we could get 5 videos out of this. The first 3 levels, then the 4 through 6, and then we'll do the first 3 levels of Sonic and Knuckles. And the second 3 levels, and then the last 2 levels.
Aye. So we got one more stage after this?
Yeah, for this video, yep.
Nice. So, obviously we take your recommendations seriously, so
yes.
Give us some more of them.
Yep. As long as it's not play Freebird. Because, you know, that's a musician joke. And we are not musicians. We are, but I like saying we aren't because, you know, I stay humble.
Kendrick Lamar.
I sit down, be humble. I try not to make too many enemies unless I really, really, really just don't give a fuck about you as a person.
And even at that point, I wouldn't go so far as to say that's making an enemy. That's just indifference.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Low-Tier God.
Yep.
It's gonna be funny if we're known as, like, just the people that trash Low-Tier God in every video.
We're not even known entities in the fighting game world.
We're not known. Well,
I just have seen you, and I don't like you.
We're starting beef. Stop beef. Let's do this.
It's like, like tacos in this bitch.
Oh, fuck. But, like, there's actually a theory that's, low-tier god is actually a persona. You know, not like, you know, shoot himself in the head, activate, like, a magic thing.
He's acting.
He's acting, yes.
I mean...
And I kind of think that's probably true. I think that's true. I don't think he's really the person that he presents himself as. Not to say that there's nobody like that in real life, because there for sure is. But yeah, considering how many people in the scene, in his scene specifically, support it in a way that's almost tongue-in-cheek, I can definitely see that it's like, it's probably not real.
At that point, though, why?
It gets views.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like, for sure. Like, he gets fucking mad views, even if it's just people hating on him. Like, if you see low-tier god says some shit in a video title, you're gonna click on that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of understand, too, because, like, I have a presence similar to that in the anime scene, in Michigan at least, to where it's like, the shit that I say that is controversial is guaranteed replies.
When do you ever say shit that's controversial?
Dude, whenever I feel like getting guaranteed replies. I'll just start subtweeting people and talking shit. Yeah. Like, not even necessarily talking shit about their gameplay, because, like, I don't feel right doing that. Even if it's somebody that I know is garbage. Like, I still usually just don't talk shit about their games. But I will talk shit about what they like and say that it's objectively bad, even if I'm just fucking around. Yeah.
You're trolling.
Like, I remember one of the tweets I sent one time was, imagine being so mentally handicapped that you actually like Akechi. And oh boy, that was a fun day.
Were people very butthurt?
People were upset. People were fucking tweeting me like, imagine being so mentally fucking handicapped that you actually like Noelle. And I'm like, oh, except Akechi is, well, I'm not about to spoil no shit. Because I'm humble.
already spoiler-casted it.
Yeah, but this isn't the spoiler cast.
Fair.
I feel we should give ourselves a little bit of a time for fucking just running into shit before we start.
The game's been out in Japan for almost 2 years now, homie. I'm straight. But either way, even the baby thinks we should talk about it.
Yeah, the baby is definitely very vocal about her hatred of Akechi.
Because he's a trash character. See, like, it's funny because, like, I like what Akechi was to the story, but I hate Akechi.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
It takes its own time.
Why you do this?
Fuck! That's exactly why I did that. I thought that was it. Now I gotta go back and get one. Oh. Thought it was blocked down there. Sorry, we good. We good. I can use my invincibility frames to walk over that shit. That's sick. I did some sick shit. Like, run into that thing.
Imagine being so mentally handicapped that you like Noelle. They wanted your blood that day.
I mean, imagine being so mentally handicapped that you don't like Noelle.
And you get beat by her?
But you like Hazama. But you're an SJW.
Did you say that to somebody?
I mean, no. But that is something that I think of a lot. Because it's like, these same people that are like, oh, fuck Trump, how could you be like Trump? And then they're like, no, fuck Noelle, she's annoying. It's like, she's the very people that you're trying to protect from Trump. You know, the fucking, the shy, meek chick that can't do shit on her own. Meanwhile, Hazama, your favorite character, is essentially Donald Trump sexy. Because he is pretty sexy.
Sexy Trump?
Yeah, sexy Trump.
Those words should never go together.
I'm just a sexy Trump. Sexy Trump. I'll give you a bit of hump. Bit of hump.
A bit of hump.
A bit of hump. Yeah, it's like, you know, and then people say 2D and 3D are different things. It's like, apparently not, because you're like, oh, I love this villain and the way he wants to destroy the world, but I don't really want my world to be destroyed. I mean, that's just being fucking...
What does that have to do with 2D and 3D?
Because it's real life versus fiction. It's
oh.
Like, they're like, oh, it's okay to empathize with a villain and want everyone to be killed
if it's
in
a
fiction.
Cartoon.
Yeah. But it's not okay if it's in real life, because that doesn't make sense to me at all.
I feel like what you identify with in fiction is very much indicative of how you really feel about stuff. Like, I mean, honestly, what would you say to somebody that watches Star Wars and roots for the Emperor?
Right. Exactly. It's like, it's dumb. It's either somebody that doesn't like Star Wars and just wants to present themselves as someone like that just to be funny, or someone that really, really is like on the side of the Emperor and is like, yeah, dude, fuck all those good guy
it's
fucking
like Barney
pieces of
Stinson,
shit.
who roots for the villain in The Karate Kid. He thinks Ralph Macchio is the villain.
That's true.
There's a subreddit called The Empire Did Nothing Wrong, which is a sympathizing subreddit for the Empire.
That's hilarious.
I've thought extensively about this, actually, because realistically, the only part of the Empire that was objectively evil was the Emperor himself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, even in Episode 3, when they, like, yield their power to him as Emperor, they're just unifying the Senate to protect themselves from the Separatists. Don't get me wrong, the Emperor set the Separatists up.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, he's behind it all, but realistically, like, if everybody would have just did what that old motherfucker wanted, things would have been gravy. The Empire would have prospered, people would have had some shit, like, I just don't get it. What the fuck, like, what was the problem? Like, Jedi are objectively shitty, and that's why the fucking movies are going in the direction they're going. Like, Luke is gonna teach Rey that the Force is more about a balance between light and dark. And that the Jedi are as objectively off their rocker as the Sith were. And like, man, fuck that. Man, Star Wars is great because these new movies are adding depth.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like there's an argument to be made there, whereas liking a just heinous villain in some fictional setting, you're gonna have a hard time justifying that.
And I can understand, like, appreciating a villain for his villainy, like liking a heel wrestler, because not only is he a good wrestler, but he plays a good heel.
That's
but
different, though.
Yeah, that's liking a role as opposed to, like, actually empathizing with the motivation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm saying, like, if it's like Akechi, it's like he's objectively a villain, and like, all the way up until the end. He has, especially, like, once you figure out, you know, why he's a villain and all of the villainous things that he's done, like, I guess I broke this no spoiler. Whoops.
We could put spoilers, like, fucking at the beginning of this video, I guess. Spoilers for Persona 5 follow.
But it's just like...
It's like spoilers for Persona 5.
Even his attempt at redemption didn't redeem him.
No.
So it's like, to like him is to like what he did. Like, he's not, like, I mean, I feel like everything that he did that was likable was the character he was playing.
Yeah.
So it's like...
And even then, the character he was playing was like this two-faced, like, goody-good, but clearly not goody-good thing. And it's like, I don't like that character on a fundamental level, even before I found out he was a giant prick.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, no, I felt the same way.
But there are people that like that character. It's like, oh, it's fine because, you know, he's attractive.
Exactly. And fuck that. Too. And those are the same type of people that are like, cosplay isn't consent, and...
Well, I mean,
boo, boo, beep, boo.
Not even getting into that, but like, those are the same type of people that'll bash Noelle because she's annoying and her personality sucks. Alright, well, what about the fact that she's attractive? Like, you find Akechi attractive?
It's because she's a woman. You can't objectify women.
Well, again, I'm not even talking about the SJW types, and you know I love talking about them. But, like, it's just, I as an OL player of fucking 8 years, I have, like, a huge amount of experience with this. Where people will just be like, man, I hate Noelle. She's so annoying. the way she talks, the way she can't do shit for herself.
Dude, you want to talk about hating women? I'm watching Friends for the first time recently, and I fucking hate every single woman in that show. They're all awful.
We're gonna get attention for all the wrong reasons in
I
this
swear
episode.
to God, man, that show should be called the Shit on Ross Show.
I know,
because
it really
he's the
is,
most
though.
practical fucking person in that show, and everybody just poops on him constantly.
I love Ross.
I love Ross too. Don't get me wrong. Actually, no, he's not even dumb. All his like quirks are awesome.
Yeah.
He's just a little kid.
Right.
And like of all the women though, Monica's the most tolerable. I think Phoebe is objectively the best, but she's also not my type of
she's
girl.
really funny, and like I totally love that about her. But Rachel's definitely worst girl.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
Because her trope is, oh, she's the pretty girl.
And she can be a bitch, and it's okay because she's the pretty girl. Yeah, fuck
Exactly. She's a catchy. It's okay, guys. He's pretty. Yeah, sure, he wants to murder everyone, and you know.
Man, my feelings have changed as I've continued watching it because, like, I think that Ross is probably the best character in the show, but not even though, because like Joey is a really good character. He might be stupid, but he's objectively the kindest of them all.
Yeah, Joey's great.
And I love Chandler because he is the most loving of them all. Like the way he goes out of his way for Joey and just that relationship, literally gets me.
Like I almost feel like that was like the birth of the bromance trope in like pop culture, was that friendship between the two. Because it really was like you wanted a friend like Joey or Chandler when you were when you were growing up and shit. Oh, fucking Tails.
Piece of shit, Fox.
Well, at least he took that L for the team instead of making me lose rings and shit. Oh fuck! No, I tried to thread the needle. I think I got 2 hits. Nope. We good. We good. We good.
So this video is gonna be winding to a close.
Yeah, this video is fucking done. We went a little long, but you know, it is what it is. So
if you made it this far, hashtag Sonic 3 and Shuckles. Seriously.
Yeah, Sonic 3 and Shuckles, hashtag featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Yup, all of that.
Yep.
So we'll catch you next time.
Yep. With all that said, while we're gone, don't forget your waifu.